Hey there, this is Ben from Cinema Gulp. Today our quick shot review is on The Shallows. In a fairly horrifying tale of survival, a young woman must keep herself alive in the clear yet dangerous waters of a secluded surf spot located off the coast of Mexico. The danger? A massive great white shark, big enough to go head-to-head with Bruce from Jaws. Blake Lively, in the performance of her career to this point, plays Nancy, a med student taking a break to do some soul-searching after a tragedy in the family. Little does she know that the secret surf spot made known to her by her mother years earlier had become a feeding ground for the giant beast. Not much is really known of the origin of the surf break as far as who knows about it, where the surf is good, when it's good, or if the shark's been feeding there for a while. The only thing we really come to find out is that on the day Nancy shows up, so does the big baddie. Director Jean-Colette Serra and cinematographer Flavio Martinez Lambiano have wondrous eyes for framing and composition. The film, despite having some story flaws, looks fantastic, and one can help but wonder if it were shot any different, would it have the same frightening impact? The film definitely has some scary moments, most of which come from actually not seeing the shark. The strength of films like these are the ability to swipe at our anxieties and our fears of the deep by using what we don't see, though they can easily fall off the rails and become bland and boring if they aren't directed well. Colette Serra has a talent for sheer intensity, which this film has a lot of. Where the film falters is in the plot. Sure, it's not all that necessary in a film like this, so it's only a minor gripe. For the most part, this is a well-made thriller with a good lead performance, jump scares that don't feel unearned, and breathtaking cinematography. It's these elements that make it better than it has any right being. It scares you when it's supposed to, makes you grab the arm of your theater chair at some points. And it also inserts small but not ridiculous moments of levity at the right points. There's a seagull that becomes Nancy's survival buddy that really helps break the tension for a few moments and also gives Blake's character more to do and something to talk to while stranded. Sort of her Wilson in a way. The Shallows is a solid shark thriller that feels legit and fairly well thought out. Its runtime is really short and that totally works to its advantage. It never feels like it's dragging or featuring unnecessary scenes. It's straight and to the point. The style of the film and the editing can be a bit nauseating at times, especially with the slow motion preparation on the beach. It just feels like it's there to please the millennials that are there to see it, fully equipped with trendy dubstep and flashy slow motion shots of Blake's behind. I've spoken of Joel Nedgeron before with his recent film The Nice Guys, where I thought he did a really solid editing job. And it's not to say that he didn't here as well. He did a good job at the moments that really needed to be intense. I'm mostly referring to the few opening scenes that feature our setup and give the film a happy, bright tone that it never falls through with. The violence of the film is mostly off-screen, and that just feels classier than giving us the blood and guts treatment that we've seen so many times before. I'd say the best thing about the film is the sparing use of the shark. It's not overdone the way you might think. It's used for its effect perfectly, and only really at the end of the film is it constantly on screen for large moments. Even then, it's never ridiculously used. Colette Serra knows the trouble he can get into if overexposing the CG of the shark, which I might add is a brilliant creation from the effects team. It simply looks real, hands down.
We're going to pull together and we're going to find a way to get out of here. First, we're going to seal off this movie.
Obviously, ending a film like this has to have a big climax, especially being a summer film. It's pretty standard, implausible, and dumb, but hey, it's still an enjoyable ending. Though predictable in some regards, there are some things you don't see coming, and some of the ways Nancy uses her small land locations and resources she has make it fun to watch her. She has drive, skill, and intelligence. She does a few dumb things, sure, but realistically, wouldn't we all, at least on accident, do something dumb while being that scared? The film marks one of the better shark thrillers to come out in the last 20 years or so, and there aren't many. I won't even bother comparing it to Jaws. There's no point in comparing The Shallows to one of the best films ever made. What I will point out is that The Shallows is a pretty good thriller that uses some interesting survival tactics to move the pacing, which is handled well and swiftly. Blake Lively, though stunning as they flaunt her around in a bikini, is quite good here and very confident. We actually like her and want her to survive. Imagine that. With the exception of the ham-fisted climax, which is fairly ridiculous. The Shallows treats its violence and scares with care and attention. The scenery is gorgeous, and the little surfing that there is in the film is really nicely done. A decent summer outing for sure. The Shallows gets 8 chugs and 7 gulps. This has been doing a quick shot review of The Shallows for Cinema Gulp. As always, if you like this review, please give us a like down below, or give us a comment down in the comments section. Thanks again for listening.